Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. Which is what if Kyubi gives Naruto a special Sharingan? Naruto loves Yugito. Part 1. And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic. 9-year-old Naruto was walking down to the academy on a relatively sunny day in the ninja village of Konoha. A slight breeze was blowing and the scent of grass and freshly baked cinnamon rolls were in the air. As the young blonde was walking to the academy, the villagers spotted him just like they always did, but instead of leaving him alone they started to form a mob. The death glares they sent towards the blonde made him extremely nervous. Great, looks like I might have to run to the academy. As Naruto started to think of a way to get to the academy safely, one of the villagers threw a rock at him and hit him in the head, causing blood to start to pour down from the injury. Get him. Kill the demon. Why don't you guys just leave me alone? Yelled Naruto as he started to run. I never did anything to you. Shut up, demon, you will not plague us anymore. As Naruto was running for his life, he missed the group of the villagers, steep out in front of him, and they caught him off guard. Now we will finish what the Yondaime started, you demon scum. As they started to beat him, Naruto continued to ask himself why, what did he do to deserve being beaten like this? They all stopped when they noticed several Junin walk out. The villagers began to back off when the 4 ninja walked up to the down blonde. Please stop. Sob, please, I didn't do anything to you, why are you doing this? Sob. So demons can cry, said one of the Junin. The villagers all realized that the ninja were on their side and continued to attack the blonde boy. Once the villagers were through beating the young blonde, he was left a bloody broken mess on the ground. Before Naruto lost conciseness, he noticed that several of the ones who beat him were Chunin and Junin ninja of the village. So much for them to protect and serve the people of the village. Hey, I have an idea, let's take him to one of the training grounds and tie him up and leave him for the wild animals. Yeah. A chorus of yaws ranged throughout the streets. As they dragged him to the training grounds and tied the young blonde up, they started to disperse and continue their day. What they didn't realize was that after they had given the boy one of the worst beatings of his life, the very demon that they feared had finally woken up. So those pathetic humans have started to beat the boy even more, fearing my powers over him. What stupid mortals they all are. Sai the Kyubi waited till they all had left the area before taking control over Naruto's unconscious body. I can't leave the boy here, the dumbasses of the village will continue to beat him and try to kill him. Once the Kyubi freed the young blonde, he stared a set of hand seals. Demonic jutsu teleportation technique. Need a little help with the translations. As the gate opened up in front of Fox Naruto, the young blonde stepped through. Time skip. It was several hours before the young blonde woke up in a place he did not know. The area was very beautiful place and quiet, peaceful. There was a small pond, a large lush forest that stretched as far as the eye can see, in a very large mansion. Where am I? Looks like you are finally awake, Kit. Who said that? Show yourself, yelled Naruto, trying to sound braver than he was at the moment. It would be easier if you came to me, hang on. What do you mean? Naruto was never able to finish his question as he was pulled inside of his head in front of a very large cage. Mindscape. Where am I now? Asked Naruto very fearfully. You are in your mind, Kid, and I am the Kyubi no Kitsune. So what the villagers said about me was true, I am a demon. Said Naruto, even though he tried to hide it, the sorrow was still evident in his voice. No. You are not a demon, a monster, or anything else that those dumbass villagers call you. You were just the unlucky one to have me sealed inside of you. Why are you being so nice to me? Listen, kid, even to use demons, kits and young ones are valuable. We love children even if we are extremely violent. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, good, now I have a proposal for you. I am going to train you and turn you into a great shinobi. Okay, that seems great and all, but what's the catch? You are not as dumb as you seem. I want you to rip the seal in half. What? No way, I may be 9, but even I know that if I do that you will be set free. Goddamn kid, just listen to me for one fucking second and hear me out. After seeing the look in the young boy's eyes, the fox felt guilty. Why the hell do I feel like this? Whatever, I just need to get this boy stronger and get him to rip the seal in half. I'm sorry. Let me show you my human form, maybe that will make you more comfortable. After the fox had said that, his body started to shrink and change. Once he was done changing, there was no longer a giant menacing looking fox, but a man that was 6'2" with long black hair and red streaks running through it. His eyes were still the same crimson red with a black slit in the center, and his canines still looked like fangs. He was wearing long black khaki pants that stopped above his ankles right on top of what looked like red combat boots. His upper body consisted of a fishnet shirt, a red and black muscle shirt. On his hip and back were 3 swords. One standard katana, and behind him on his hip were dual kodachi. And to top it all off was a solid black trench coat with a 9-tails fox on the back. Now that I am in this form, do you feel more comfortable talking to me? The blonde could only stare wide-eyed at the man in front of him. Yeah, I can talk to you now. Good. Now, as I was saying, I want you to rip the seal in half. Seeing the blonde was about to interrupt, Kyubi held up his hand. Let me finish. When you rip the seal in half, I will be able to train you properly, and I will still be sealed inside of you. Also, I am going to give you a gift if you become strong enough. A gift? What's the gift? Come on, tell me. Ha ha ha. First it will be training from me, second is the summoning contract for the foxes, and third is the biggest, it is the Sharingan. Wait, why would you train me, give me a summoning contract, and I thought you had to be an Uchiha to get the Sharingan. Don't read too much into this, kid, I don't really like you or care for you. But with you being my container and being weak, it makes me look weak. The summoning contract is so you can summon me into the real world to help you, which is why you need to rip the seal in half. The Sharingan, like all bloodlines, was given to you humans by demons, and the Sharingan is mine. So all of this is to help you and not me. Exactly, kid. Now do we have a deal or what? Sure, why not? Good, now rip the seal in half, and these are the hand seals for the summoning jutsu. As the young blonde ripped the seal in half and watched the Kyubi perform the seal several times, he was sent from his mind back to the physical world. 4x. Konoha. Back in the village hidden in the leaves, the third Hokage was not in the best of moods. What do you mean you can't find Naruto? We are sorry, Hokage-sama, his chakra signature is nowhere in the village. Alright, Anbu, leave now. Hi Hokage-sama. Naruto, where are you, my boy, and please be safe. Unknown area. Alright, so I just draw a little blood and perform these hand seals and then summoning jutsu. I am impressed you were able to summon me on your first go. Now I have been around for 3,000 years. ANDK, the actual age of the Kyubi. So I have seen a lot and I know a lot. I will be teaching you taijutsu, kinjutsu, and ninjutsu. I won't be teaching you genjutsu because quite frankly I suck at it. Cool. So what are you going to teach me first? What is it? Calm down. Oh, I bet it's really cool and deadly. I said shut the fuck up already. Now then, first I'm going to teach you shadow clone jutsu. It creates solid clones of yourself. That's so lame, why would I want to learn something like that anyway? Because kid, you can get say 5 years of training with 500 clones if trained constantly for a year with this amount, but we are going to start off with say 25. How do they do that though? If they're just clones, wouldn't the physical stuff has to be done by yourself? And here I thought he was just another dumb blonde. Yes, the physical you must do yourself, but if it deals with taijutsu, ninjutsu or kinjutsu, then your clones can do it also. Chakra exercises can be done by the clones as well. After the Kyubi was finished explaining the uses of the clones, Naruto was very much impressed with the usefulness of the technique. 4x. Konoha. Sarutobi Hiruzen was searching furiously through his crystal ball for one Naruto Uzumaki. Not finding the young blonde anywhere, he finally gives up his search for the one like a grandson to him. Goddamn it. Anbu, get your asses in here now. Hi Hokage-sama, asked the fearful leader of the 10 Anbu agents kneeling in front of the aged Hokage. I want Naruto found right fucking now. No more excuses, no more dumbass son of bitches hating him for the fucking fox. Do you understand me? Hi Hokage-sama. All of the Anbu feared for their lives due to the fact they have never seen their kind and gentle Hokage this furious. You have exactly 2 days to at least find the slightest trace of the young boy, or the things I will do to you will make Ibiki, Itachi and Orochimaru cringe at the ruthlessness of it. Now get the fuck out of my sight and find him, goddammit. All 10 Anbu vanished without a single word uttered, and a few even pissing their pants from the Hokage's words. Man, I have never been so scared in my life. Who knew the Hokage cared for the boy that much? Said the commander of the group. Hey Wolf, where do you think he could be? I don't know, Bear, I don't know, but for our sake I hope to every god out there that we find the boy, or who knows, we might be dinning with the devil in 2 days. 4x. Unknown area. Alright Kit, seeing as you have the clue. Hey Fox, where are we? You never told me. Just as Naruto interrupted him, a vein popped in his head. You know, you little shit, I don't like being interrupted. But because you don't know, we are at my house high in the mountains of Fire Country, and no one can find us due to a chakra hiding barrier around the place. Okay, Sue, where exactly are we? Goddammit Kit, just shut the fuck up and get back to work. As Naruto walked off snickering, the Kyubi was still standing there mumbling words that would have made the foulest-mouthed sailor red from the words. As Naruto's laughter increased, it became audible to the Kyubi. Oh, I am Sue going to kill that little shit and then bring him back to life and kill him again. Yes, that sounds like fun. Now to go and make his life a living hell. Hey Kyubi, I think I should send a message to Hokage Gigi so he doesn't worry about me. Alright, just send a messenger fox to him and tell him what's going on, just not where we are. 4x. Konoha. As Sarutobi was sitting behind his desk, he heard a very peculiar sound behind him. When he turned around to the source of the sound, he saw a small orange fox sitting on his window sill. A fox, it must be a summon. But who has the fox contract? As he opened the window and let the little fox into the room, he noticed more of the finer details. 1. It was more of red color than the standard orange, and 2. It was slightly bigger than the foxes around Konoha, which just ensured that it was a summoning. So who summoned you here? Because I don't know if anyone who has the fox contract. You are as smart as Naruto-sama said you would be. Naruto summoned you. Yes, he did. He sent me here with a message for you. He told me to inform you that the Kyubi no Kitsune is training him due to the villagers' ignorance towards the boy, and that he will be back to finish the academy, but his skills will be that of a high Chunin or low Junin. Alright, but inform the Kyubi that if he hurts Naruto, I will kill him and send him to the Shinigami's stomach myself. After he said those words, the fox disappeared and went back to the ones who summoned him. Naruto, you better come back, okay, or I swear I will kill the damn fox myself. 4x. Kyubi's house. When the young summon returned and informed the Kyubi of what the old Hokage said, he told him to return and focused all of his attention on Naruto and his training once more. Time skip. It had been 6 months since Naruto started his training with the Kyubi, and his skills have grown exponentially. He was quickly approaching the skills of a Junin faster than what he was supposed to. He shouldn't be at this skill level yet. Hey Naruto, come here real quick. Yeah, what is it Kyubi? I have to get back to training. First tell me, have you been doing extra training without my permission? Yes, I wanted to get stronger than I was. Well, it appears that we will be returning sooner than I said due to your inability to listen. Now last question, how many clones did you use when you were training? The look on Naruto's face told the Kyubi that he was not going to be happy. I used 600 clones. You used how many clones? I used 6. Don't fucking lie to me, you little shit. If I ever fucking catch you using that many clones, I will kick your ass all over the 5 fucking Natuans. After the Kyubi's blow up, he started mumbling to himself over Naruto's recent actions. Well, seeing as how your recent actions, we will have to leave now. But we haven't been out here for a full year. No, we haven't, but since you have used 600 fucking clones, we will be leaving early, and plus you are a year older cause your birthday was last week. As Kyubi's words hit Naruto, he realized that his birthday was indeed last week and that when he goes back to the academy he will see all of his friends again and all of his precise people. I wonder how much has changed. Hey, like it really matters, the villagers will still be the same and so will most of the people at the academy. I really don't want to go back, but I have to, so I might as well deal with it. Now go and get ready for the trip because we won't be coming back here for a while. As Naruto was getting ready, the Kyubi started the hand seals for the teleportation jutsu back to Konoha. Demonic teleportation jutsu. Time skip. After a few hours of walking through the forest of the Fire Nation, Naruto could finally see the gates of Konoha in the distance. Stupid fox, why couldn't you put us inside the walls? Shut up, kid, it was as close as I could put us without beginning attacked. As Naruto continued his argument with the fox, he failed to notice that he was at the front gate of the village where two chunin were on guard duty. Halt and state your business in this village. He realized that it was Kamizuki, and Azumo, two trouble-making chunin who had one hell of a sense of humor. I'm hurt, guys, you should at least recognize the prank king of Konoha that made you guys look like amateurs. Well, Naruto, it has been a while and you look different. And true to their statement, Naruto's normal orange jumpsuit was no more. Instead, he wore a dark blue mesh shirt with a crimson-red fox wrapping around his waist and up his arm to his neck, with blood-red khaki pants and black ninja sandals. Yeah, I decided it was time to change my look, so this is how it turned out. Well, where have you been, man? We haven't seen you in almost a year. I'll tell you later. Right now I have to go see the Hokage and get reinstated into the academy and get my apartment set up again. Alright, man, go on through and we will catch up later on today. After they let him go through, Naruto went to see the Hokage and start up in the village all over again. Naruto had a new journey ahead of him and there was no telling how hard it will be. As Naruto was walking towards the Hokage's tower, he was seeing all of the new stores and shops. Once the blonde realized where he was headed, during his thoughts of how the village had changed yet stayed the same, he found himself outside one of his favorite places. Well, I haven't been here in a while. I guess it won't hurt if I stopped for a quick bite to eat. I thought you were over that damn obsession with ramen. Nope, just because you wouldn't let me have any doesn't mean I am going to stop eating it. Hey old man, 10 bowls of miso ramen please. Who the hell is yelling out here? As the owner of the stand spotted Naruto, he had a huge grin spread across his face. Well boy, it's about damn time you came back here. As he inhaled the smell of the ramen and then quickly consumed the delicious food, he started to talk with the old man before two Anbu appeared by him and interrupted him. Naruto-san, the Hokage requests your presence. Alright, I'll go and see him once I am done eating. The Hokage is not to be kept waiting. One of the Anbu had said that he placed his hand on Naruto's shoulder. Anbu-san, I would suggest that you remove your hand from my shoulder before I remove it for you. The icy tone that Naruto used made the Anbu take a second thought before reining in his emotions. Do not threaten, use boy, we are Anbu for a reason, now move it. Faster than even the Anbu could track, he was behind the one that had placed his hand on Naruto's shoulder and then bent his arm all the way down, breaking his arm at the elbow. He brought his fist back to deliver a powerful right hook but was stopped by a woman. Said woman was wearing a very short skirt with fishnet underneath and a large tan trench coat. Hey short shit, how about you head to the tower and don't make the Hokage wait any more than you have. Don't call me short, you stupid bitch. But you are short. Shut the fuck up, fox, nobody asked you. Even faster than Naruto was able to move or follow, she was behind him with a kunai held to his throat. For the first time in a long time, Naruto felt fear of the women behind him. Well, now let's get going, seeing as how you're not moving. With that said, she and Naruto shunshin to the Hokage's tower. When they arrived, the Hokage was facing his most feared foe, paperwork. Hey Gigi, it's been a while. Ah, Naruto-kun, it certainly has been a while. So how have you been, and I hope that Anko-san wasn't too rough with you. I have been good, and no, she wasn't too rough. She could have been rougher, but oh well, at least there was no wipes or handcuffs. As they were talking, neither male noticed Anko pull out a pair of handcuffs or the wipe out of her pocket somehow. Oh Naruto, come here please, I want try something with you. As she was twirling the wipe and handcuffs, approaching him, swaying her hips and leaving nothing for imagination, she gave him a wicked smile that said she was going to enjoy torturing him. As the Hokage watched this, he knew that Anko was just messing with Naruto, but he was curious as to how he would deal with it. He was surprised when the boy had yet to move, and was even more surprised when he let Anko wrap her arms around him. As soon as she had her face in front of his, he leaned in and kissed her while pinching her on the ass at the same time. Normally she would have killed any man that did that to her, but the way he had done it quickly aroused her and she panicked. Bye Hokage-sama, bye you little shit. With that she left the office very, very quickly with a deep red blush. So what did you wish to speak to me about, Gigi? Why did you leave the village, and why did you listen to the fox? Flashback. If you do not wish to read the whole flashback, jump to the training portion or skip the flashback. 6 months to the attack on Naruto's life. 9-year-old Naruto was walking down to the academy on a relatively sunny in the ninja village of Konoha. As the young blonde was walking to the academy, the villagers spotted him just like they always did, but instead of leaving him alone, they started to form a mob. Great, looks like I might have to run to the academy. As Naruto started to think of a way to get to the academy safely, one of the villagers threw a rock at him and hit him in the head, causing blood to start to pour down from the injury. Get him. Kill the demon. Why don't you guys just leave me alone? Yelled Naruto as he started to run. I never did anything to you. Shut up, demon, you will not plague us anymore. As Naruto was running for his life, he missed the group of the villagers steep out in front of him and catch him off guard. Now we will finish what the Yondaime started, you demon scum. As they started to beat him, Naruto continued to ask himself why. What did he do to deserve being beaten like this? Please stop. Sob, please, I didn't do anything to you, why are you doing this? Sob. Once the villagers were through beating the young blonde, he was left a bloody, broken mess on the ground. Before Naruto lost conciseness, he noticed that several of the ones who beat him were Chunin ninja of the village. So much for them to protect and serve the people of the village. Hey, I have an idea, let's take him to one of the training grounds and tie him up and leave him for the wild animals. Yeah. A chorus of yaws ranged throughout the streets. Time skip. To Naruto's training. Goddammit, don't stop moving. Keep that sword off the ground. Come on man, can I at least take a small break? I have been at it for 15 hours. You have a 5-minute break, then we will get back to work. Go ahead and dispel your clones. As Naruto dispelled his clones every 10, he calmed himself and let the information seep in. Once they were all done, Naruto spoke up. Hey Fox, is there a way for you to give me all of your information skills and such? Where the hell did you get that idea? From this book. Naruto held up a book the fox knew all too well. One of my clones read this one while the rest read the others in your library. The fox paled at this. Do you mean all of the books in my library? Yep, even this little orange book right here. Now the Kyubi was sweating bullets. Who would have thought that the most feared demon in the world was a perv? I am not a perv, I was just holding that book for someone. Right now, here is the deal. I know about the mind meld and soul meld you can do, and I want you to do it so I won't have to study the sword styles for years. So you just want the kinjutsu and nothing else. Getting a nod from Naruto, he pushes on. And if I don't do it, then I will tell everyone who knows of you, and I will tell them that you are a closet perv. The Kyubi paled at the thought of all of his respect gone just due to his perverse nature. After deciding that he would rather have the fear and respect he has now and not lose it due to a book, he accepted the deal. You know, you are real lucky I can't kill you right now due to the fact I will die also. I know, said Naruto with a smug smile on his face. I am going to go and set up for the ritual, but I am only giving you half of my knowledge on Kenjutsu. What, why only half? Because you little shit, if I gave you all of it at once you would die. The silence spread through the area very quickly. Let me ask you something, Kyubi, why do you care what happens to me, and tell the truth? Alright, you kind of grew on me, and plus if you die I die. The silence regaining control over the land crept over them both and made them feel uncomfortable. So you do care for me, sob, cough, you are one of the few people that actually cares for me. When Naruto looked up he was crying, but they were tears of joy, not of sadness or pain. Goddammit kid, don't cry, I feel bad as it is cause of me you are constantly beaten and harmed and can never have real friends. When the Kyubi looked up he saw Naruto swaying with half-lidded eyes before falling forwarded into his arms. Time skip. Well kid, we have been out here for 6 months and we will be heading back now. To think he has come this far in only 6 months. He has mastered 3 sword styles and made his own. His taijutsu and ninjutsu are high chunin swords, he is easily junin, and genjutsu he sucks. End flashback. The Hokage sat staring at Naruto for a while before he spoke up. You still didn't tell me anything, and where are your swords? First, I don't want to divulge my secrets about my training, and they are right here inside this scroll. After Naruto pulled out the scroll and unsealed it, there sat 3 of the most beautiful swords Sarutobi had ever seen. The katana was set in a solid black sheath with a 9-tails fox wrapping around it with a solid black handle. The guard on the sword was that of a fox climbing up the blade with 9 tails branching off in every direction pointing up. When he pulled the blade out of the sheath his breath caught in his throat. The blade was a solid crimson red with a black fox and black flames surrounding the fox. The next one he saw was the dual kodachi. They were set in a solid blue sheath. One blade was a blood red that faded into a night black with a solid red fox guard with a black tipped tail. The other was a night black that faded into a blood red with black fox guard with a red tipped tail. I must say, Naruto-kun, these swords are beautiful. Now how well can you use them, and what are your skills in general? It was several minutes before Naruto answered. You know, I really don't know, I have never been tested, so I am unsure of my skill level. Hey kid, summon me, and I will tell the old man your skill level. Okay, hang on. Well Gigi, I found a way for you to find out. As Naruto finished that sentence he started a set of hand seals. Summoning jutsu. When the smoke cleared, Hiruzen Sarutobi stared at a man that was 6'2" with long black hair and red streaks running through it. His eyes were a crimson red with a black slit in the center. I am guessing that you are the Kyubi. After receiving a nod he continued, sigh. So can you tell me Naruto's skill level? Yes, I can, Hokage-sama. After hearing the greatest of the Biju show him respect. I believe that his taijutsu and ninjutsu are low chunin and his kenjutsu is ADNBU level. The Hokage could not believe his ears. This young boy who was only 10 was Anbu level with a sword. Could I get a demonstration? Sure, we just need someone to spare him, and also overall his total skills are around a special junin, but that's with his nintai and ken. Okay, I have the perfect person who he can spar, but what about his genjutsu? Well yeah, he has no skill with it at all, he can barely spot one. If it is over C ranked he can't even tell he is in a genjutsu. Hey, haha. Well now shall we go to the roof and start our demonstration? Sure, but where is the one you said will spar him? After the question was asked, a woman with purple hair in slandered Anbu armor and a cat mask. This is Yugo, she is our best kenjutsu specialist we have in Anbu, she will spar and gauge Naruto-kun's kenjutsu abilities. With a nod they all went to the roof for their match. When they reached the room, Naruto and the Kyubi saw several Anbu there. So I am guessing that they are here to watch. Yes, Yugo is like I said the best, so they all wanted to see the one who would challenge her. Okay, I will be over there reading. As he walked away, Sarutobi saw him pull out a little orange book and start to read. No one to overlook another fan of the book, he walked over to him. You know, I have the rest of the series if you would like to borrow them. Please, please, please can I? The Kyubi was jumping around in joy that he could finish the series. Seeing one of the strongest beings ever begging him for a book was quite funny. Sure, I will give you the rest of them when this is over. With that, they turned back to see the two getting ready for their match. One of the Anbu present faced them both. Are you ready? With a nod from both, he jumped away. Begin. With that, Naruto shot forwarded with speed not seen in someone his age. As he neared his opponent, she drew her sword and struck but hit nothing but air. Looking around, she spotted him up above her, bringing his sword down for a slash. As she jumped back from the slash, barely avoiding it, she noticed a large gash in the concrete ground. Never thought I would see that style in my lifetime, which would also explain your very impressive speed, Uzumaki-san. Thank you, Yugo-san. Your knowledge and skills are also very impressive. Wow, he has last longer than most. Yeah, but what was that style he used? I have never seen it before. The Anbu that's present looked towards the Hokage and the one who trained the young blonde, but found them both giggling perversely and reading identical orange books. Most of the Anbu sweat dropped, but a few of them were inching closer so they could read the books as well. No, Suki, don't believe him, he just wants your money. No one could believe what they were hearing from the man that was said to be the Kyubi. That's supposed to be my sensei and Hokage man. Why are all of the guys I meet pervs? Naruto was brought out of his mussing by a female voice in front of him. I am sorry, Yugo-san, what was that? I said hidden Mitsurugi, a style I have studied very intensely and have found a way to counter it, but it won't be easy. With that said, she rushed forward and brought the sword down for a slash, then changed into a stab. Naruto, dogging at the last second, was stabbed in the shoulder. Well, it seems that my fastest style won't work on you. A lot of the attacks are single strikes and fast follow-ups, but if I am constantly defending from wrapped jabs and slashes, I can't use my speed very well. Switching his sword to his left hand and sliding his hand down to the point of the blade, he took up his new stance. So you also know the Hirazuki? That is very impressive. Thank you. This may not be my best style, but I am still proficient in this style. After they both changed styles, they charged to start a new fight. Naruto reaching his opponent first and delivering several wrapped stabs, while Yugo was delivering slashes from all angles. Everyone was shocked by the boy's speed and skill with his sword. He was holding off their best and possibly winning. Holy shit, man, this kid is good. He is holding his own against Yugo. I know. Man, never would have thought it possible. Just then Naruto and Yugo separated, breathing heavily. Both of them were covered in several small cuts and stab wounds. I must say, Yugo-san, you are quite good, and for that I will show you the style that I have made myself. It is a combination of Hirazuki and the hidden Mitsurugi. I call it Togaku Ryu Ninpo. As the thought of such a style passed through her mind, she could not help the ever-growing respect for the boy grow even more. As Naruto changed his style once again, he pulled out one of his kodachi in his right hand and held it in a reverse grip with his arm fully extended to where the edge of blade was pointing towards his opponent and the tip pointed down. His other hand held the sword out to his left side in a reverse grip with his elbow slightly bent. His feet were slightly turned out and his knees bent. A style that uses both the Hirazuki and the hidden Mitsurugi is nerve-wracking to say the least. I will not lie, Uzumaki-san, the thought of what this style can do makes me nervous. After she said that, all of the Anbu and the Hokage, who just stopped reading his smut, gasped. Some of the Anbu even paled slightly at the thought of Yugo being nervous. Well, thank you for being honest, and I will be honest with you, I have not fully completed this style or mastered it, but here goes. With that, both combatants rushed forward and met in the middle in spray of sparks and clashing metal. Whenever one would slash, the other would parry. Neither one would give an inch. Finally, the match ended with a double knockout. Holy shit, he actually took on Yugo and almost beat her. Shit, man, he brought her into a tie. I have never seen anyone last that long against her. Due to their fight, they both were extremely exhausted and had to be taken to the hospital for physical exhaustion. When they reached the hospital, the nurse at the desk saw Naruto and sneered at the boy. When she saw all of the Anbu and the Hokage, she thought that maybe his time has come. So Hokage-sama, is it time for the demon to die? The nurse was about to ask another question when the entire room became heavy and very difficult to breathe. When she looked, she saw the Hokage and every Anbu without their masks on glaring at her and releasing a large amount of killing intent. This young boy here will be treated properly and with respect, or you will be taken to Ibiki. After the Hokage said that, the woman immediately paled. Not only was the Hokage protecting the boy, but so was the majority on Konoha's Anbu. Once the nurse had shown them to an empty room, they set both Naruto and Yugito in there and let them rest. After several days in the hospital due to physical exhaustion, the young blonde hero Naruto Uzumaki was out and about. As he walked through the village, he was receiving his normal glares and hate-filled looks. Damn villagers, they're lucky I can't kill them or I'd lose my chances at being a ninja. As he neared the academy, he realized that this was the day of the graduation exam. After today, he will be rid of the academy and can start his days as a ninja. XXXXX. As he entered the academy, he saw his usual friends in the back of the class. A boy with a pineapple-like haircut, a chubby boy eating a bag of barbecue-flavored chips, another with gravity-defying hair and a high color hiding his face, and a loud boisterous boy with red tattoo-like markings down his cheeks. "Hey Shikamaru, is that Naruto down there?" asked the fat boy eating a bag of chips. Damn it, Choji. I was taking a nice nap too. And yeah, I believe it is same blonde hair and everything. With that said, the lazy ninja went back to his nap. There was a loud explosion and the room filled with smoke, and there, standing back to back before the class, were two chunin. One had a scar running across his face and the other was a man with long silver white hair. Once all of the kids saw the two instructors, they took their seats. "Alright class, today is the day of the graduation exams," said the scarred chunin. "We will be calling you in by alphabetical order. You will need to pass all 3 parts of the test in order to graduate." With that said, he called the first student back. When it got to a certain black-haired emo prick, all of the girls cheered for him, boosting his ego even more. As Naruto sat there, he noticed that it was taking a little too long and that the clock was no longer moving. So I'm in a genjutsu already, it seems pretty low, so it's not someone trying to fail me. He brought his hands up to the required hand sign, Kai. Instantly the genjutsu broke. Or so he thought. After breaking the initial genjutsu, he was greeted with the sight of the whole village burning and him in the center of it. "Why Naruto? Why did you do this to our village?" asked the old Hokage as he cried over all of the lives lost. "I should have listened to the council and killed you a long time ago." He lunged at the young blonde with a kunai drawn. As the blonde dodged the enraged Hokage, he was having a small talk with his inner thoughts. "Hey Kyubi, what is the meaning of this? None of it seems right. Man kid, are you really that dense? This is a genjutsu that's about low B ranked. Maybe I should give you the Sharingan earlier than I planned. Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea, damn it." As he was yelling at the fox, he failed to notice the illusion of the Hokage. It got too close and stabbed him in his gut, puncturing his small intestine. "Ah, god damn it, kid, just break the fucking illusion." As he brought his hands up to the proper sign, Kai, then the illusion was broken. As the images faded and his wound healed, he saw a smiling Mizuki. "That bastard is trying to fail me. Just ignore it, kid. If he keeps trying, then tear his ass apart." As the fox finished his statement, Naruto was given his score. "Well, looks like you can see some genjutsu, so I guess you get half credit, so you better hope you can pass the rest with flying colors." As the smile on Mizuki's face spread, Naruto was filled with anger. "Alright everyone, please follow me outside for the next 2 parts of the test." As the whole class filed out of the classroom, Iruka stood before them all ready to explain the next part of the test. "Alright, this is the second part of the test. You will have 10 tries to hit at least 6 of the targets to get a passing score on this portion. As they all were handed their kunai, Aruka finished the explanation. Alright, now let's get this over with. Will Aiko Amy please step forward? As the young girl started off, the names continued to be called in alphabetical order. When the list reached one Sasuke Uchiha, the class erupted in cheers, the girl portion anyway. Sasuke, you're the greatest. Yeah, nothing can stop him. As the cheers continued, one blonde-haired Jinchuriki was getting quite furious with it all. Will you all just shut the fuck up? After his outburst, the class immediately quieted down, and continued with the test. Uzumaki Naruto, please step forward. As soon as the test began, he threw all 10 of his kunai at once. He hit every target. All missed. Looks like you failed this part of the test, said Mizuki. Mizuki, what are you talking about? They were all direct hits. Maybe you should go and get your eyes checked, said Aruka. As Mizuki glared at Aruka, Naruto walked back inside the classroom, not really caring either way. Just before he was about to sit down, Aruka walked inside. Naruto, the next part is taijutsu, so you need to come back outside. So the young blonde walked back outside to see the Uchiha wiping the floor with the instructor, but why shouldn't he since everything is handed to him? Alright Naruto, you will be facing Mizuki in this portion of the test. Naruto slipped into his own stance that the Kyubi had taught him, but had told him that it was only the step 1 of the true form that had no name. Mizuki could only smirk at the style, not really caring that he was supposed to use the academy style taijutsu. He now decided to use a style all of his own. So the demon thinks he can beat me in taijutsu. Yeah right, thought Mizuki. Hey demon, what is that style you are using there, huh? Said Mizuki, sneering at him. It's a style that I made up. I call it Taisen Yoken. If you wish to see how it works, then come one and fight me. Even though he was lying, he knew that the style was not a style but a base for a more advanced style. As soon as he finished his taunt at Mizuki, the teacher charged at the young blonde with the intent to end this and end it fast. You're going to regret this, demon brat, said Mizuki as he laughed maniacally. Naruto just stood there watching him get closer and closer with every step, and then he struck. First dance, joint decapitation, he shouted out as he begun to spin, weave and dance around Mizuki. He delivered devastating palm thrusts and other forms of kicks and punches to the joints of his opponent. As Naruto finished, he stood to his full height of 5'5" and turned to everyone. The match is over. He will not be able to move at all until he gets medical attention. Haha, don't count me out yet, you damn demon fox. As Naruto turned around, he was blindsided by Mizuki, who speared him into a wall. As Naruto went to stand up, he was violently kicked in the ribcage repeatedly until Mizuki heard a satisfying crack. Haha, so you can be hurt, huh demon? Let's see how much blood I can get out of you. As he went for another kick, his leg was suddenly grabbed by an iron-like grip and lifted into the air. So you were able to take my first dance, huh? Well, let's see if you can survive the second dance. As Naruto stood back up, he went back into his taijutsu stance with one arm bent out to his side and his other arm pointed down to his feet. His legs were bent outward with his toes pointed in. Second dance, tendon breakdown. Just like the first time, Naruto weaved and spun around and into Mizuki, but with one difference: instead of hitting his joints, he struck all of the tendons in the body. Just stay down, Mizuki-san, you cannot fight like this. Your joints are damaged, and all of your tendons are either shredded or ripped. You cannot win. But Mizuki still stood to face Naruto. He looks over and notices the other teachers and some Anbu move to stop him. Don't you fucking move, or I will blow us all up, shouted Mizuki as he unzipped his jacket to show his body rigged with numerous explosive tags with the threat to the children and countless citizen and shinobi casualties. Hi, they backed down. If you wish to be like this, then I will show you my third dance and end your life. As Naruto locked eyes with Mizuki and prepared to deliver his killing blow, he was struck from behind. Haha. How did you like my shadow clone, you demon scum? The smile Mizuki was wearing was officially wiped off of his face. I think I need to end this and end it now. Third Dance Bone Destroyer. Unlike his first two attacks, his third was the most devastating. He struck Mizuki's chest, ribs, spine, legs, arms, neck and all other bones in the man's body till all were shattered to dust. I will only tell you this once, Mizuki, if you try to stand or fight me now, all of those bone fragments will pierce your lungs, liver, kidneys and all of your other internal organs. When Mizuki tried to stand, he was instantly sent into a world of pain. All of his bone fragments were moving into and through all of his organs repeatedly. Anbu, please remove him from the premises, said the scared Chunin Iruka Yuminko. As the Anbu removed Mizuki from the area, they all sent one last look at the young blonde. Many had seen his fight with Yugo the previous day and were still impressed by him. Well, now that little problem was taken care of, let's finish the test. Shall we? With Mizuki being removed from the area, the rest of the class went on to finish their test. Iruka-sensei, I thought the taijutsu part of the test was the last part. What is the last part? Asked one genin hopeful. No, the genin exams consist of 3 parts. The first one was genjutsu. The second was the taijutsu. And the last is ninjutsu. As Iruka finished explaining the test to all of his students, his fill-in for Mizuki showed up. Hi, my name is Kenshin Yakamura. I will be your replacement for Mizuki. The now introduced Kenshin was a short man of 5 feet 3 with long red hair who was at least mid-20s. He had a cross-shaped scar on his chest with a katana strapped to his side, which was a strange weapon for a ninja. Yes, I used Kenshin from the anime, and no, he will not play a major role in the story. Excuse me, Yakamura-sensei. I have a question, said the whiskered-faced blonde. Yes, what is it, young man? Asked the new teacher, who looked up and spotted the young blonde. Why do you carry a katana in the ninja world? Wouldn't a katana be a slow weapon? Well, normally it would, but my particular style is very hard to beat. Due to the fast movements that is required to make the style work, and I'm not a ninja, I am just a teacher who used to travel to many different lands and picked Konoha as my final home. Explained the young teacher. Ah, I see, but what style are you a master of? Because the only one I know of that would work with a katana is the hidden Mitsurugi. At the name of his kenjutsu style, he stared at the blonde-haired boy with complete and utter confusion. How do you know of that style? Asked the swordsman, slightly worried. I know of it because I am also a student and master of the style. As he said that, he unsealed his swords onto his desk and strapped them to his waist. I was also taught 2 other styles and have made my own. So the rumors of a blonde-haired boy beating Yugo in a kenjutsu battle using my style are true. Yes, it is true, but I did not beat her, and I am still a few years off from being good enough to be considered a true master. Well, maybe we can test your true skills with the style and determine if you can be considered a true master sometime in the future. As the rest of the class looked on in confusion at the 2 now revealed sword masters, Iruka thought now was a good time to finish the test. 4x small time skip. Well, that is everyone, and now the test is over, Iruka-san. Yes, it is, Kenshin-san. I'm glad that so many passed, but will they pass their next test is the real question. We just have to have faith in the next generation of hopefuls that they will succeed. But to be honest, there was one in particular that piqued my interest. Let me guess, one Naruto Uzumaki. Yes, that young man has so much potential, and yet so little effort at showing it. He is a mystery, and a dangerous one at that. At the look of confusion on Iruka's face, he started to explain. We do not know his full strength, and he supposedly mastered a kenjutsu style that has taken most of my life to come close to mastering, and yet he is only 13. I believe we should watch out for him. Naruto, just how strong are you going to become? Thought Iruka as he stared off into the sky, thinking of one hyperactive blonde boy that was Naruto Uzumaki. After the events of the previous day, you would find one Naruto Uzumaki sleeping in. He had slept in through his alarm, which was supposed to wake him up at 5 so he can do some training before he had to go to the academy. Naruto, wake your lazy butt up, shouted on irritated Iruka Yumino. Don't make me come in there. As Iruka continued yelling at Naruto to get up, he never realized the blonde figure creeping up behind him. Hey Iruka-sensei. The young blonde shouted behind his old teacher. The irritated Chunin turned and faced the whiskered blonde and gave him a glare that spelled death. You know Naruto-kun, I may only be a Chunin, but I do have the strength of a Junin, shouted the scared Chunin. The blonde's look of humor turned to one of pure and unbridled fear. The thoughts of what his old sensei could do to him bordered on some of his biggest fears at the time. I'm sorry Iruka-sensei, I just wanted to have some fun. The look of pity on the blonde's face made Iruka Yumino feel a little guilty that he had scared the young blonde so much. It's fine Naruto, but we need to be getting to the academy or else you will miss the chance to get your head banned, explained the scared Chunin. I know Iruka-sensei, so let's go. As the two walked through the streets of the village, the young blonde finally realized how hateful and disgusted the stares of the people around him were towards him. Hey Fox, tell me something, why did you attack my village all those years ago? Honestly kid, the real reason behind my attack was I was tricked by one man named Madara Uchiha, the founder of the Uchiha clan. How did he trick you? He used the power of the true Sharingan on me at that time and put me under a very powerful genjutsu that made me attack the village of Konoha in a blind fury. Oh, I see how that would happen, thank you. You're welcome kid, now pay attention. Throughout his conversation with the Kyubi, the boy never realized that he was already at the academy and in his seat. As he looked back up, he noticed that Iruka was going through the team list, but he had already known what his team would be. Flashback. You called me Gigi. Yes Naruto-kun, please come in and have a seat. Once the young boy had taken a seat, he began his explanation. Now Naruto, what I am going to tell you is S-ranked, so please wait till the end to ask questions. I am placing you on Team 7 with Kakashi Hatake, Sasuke Uchiha and Sakura Haruno. Now normally this information would not be given out, but these circumstances you need to know. Sarutobi Hiruzen waited for Naruto to take in all of the info. I believe that Sasuke's mentality is unstable. So you want me to spy on him and report to you? After receiving a nod from the old man, he asked his next question. But why not have Kakashi-san do it? The dark look that came over the aged Hokage's face gave Naruto a foreboding feeling. He originally was, but the council has made it to where he cannot do that. What? But you're the Hokage, how can the council decide anything that involves your ninja? Don't worry Naruto, after your graduation things will change starting with the council, assured the Hokage, and with the blonde knowing his mission, the Hokage dismissed him. End flashback. And finally Team 7 will be Sasuke Uchiha, Sakura Haruno and Naruto Uzumaki. Your Junin sensei will be Kakashi Hatake. As Iruka finished telling everyone their respected teams, he left the class to mingle with each other and get to know their teams better. As the minutes ticked by one, the teams started leaving, and then the only ones left waiting was the members of Team 7. One pink-haired girl started to shout. Where the hell is he? He should have been here by now. Just as she started to get into her rant, the door slid open. And standing in the entry of the doorway was a man standing at 6 foot even, with tall gravity-defying gray hair and his headband covering her left eye. And the lower portion of his face was obscured by his mask. Hi, my name is Kakashi and I'm assuming that you are Team 7. So met me on the rooftop. After his team finally made it to the top of the academy building, he immediately took in their appearances. Alright, so let's begin with your names, likes, dislikes and goals for the future. Kakashi-sensei, can you give us a demonstration please? Asked the pink-haired banshee. Sure, my name is Kakashi Hatake. As for my dislikes and likes, I don't feel like sharing and I really don't have any goals for the future. As he finished his introduction, one thought raced through all of their heads. All we learned was his name. Alright, so you start us off, Pinky. At hearing the nickname, the young girl was really starting to dislike her new sensei. Alright, my name is Sakura Haruno. My likes are, Looks over at Sasuke and sequels. My dislikes are Ino Pig. My goals for the future. Looks over at Sasuke again and sequels even loader. Okay, you next, blonde. The whiskered-faced blonde just looks up at the Junin and sighs. My name is Naruto Uzumaki. My likes are training, ramen, kenjutsu and reading. My dislikes are people who use others, only seek revenge, fangirls, looks at Sakura, and betray the village. My goals for the future I don't feel like telling any of you. After the blonde had finished, Kakashi gave the boy a proud look. Maybe they won't be that bad, I just hope they all can work together. As he finished his thoughts, he turned to the last one in the group. Alright, your last, Mr. Doom and Gloom. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I have no likes or dislikes in my dream, no, my ambition is to kill a certain someone. As he finished, several different thoughts were racing through all of the individuals' minds. Stupid emo prick. Naruto, Sasuke is so cool, do I even need to say? Great, just what I need, an Uchiha with a stick up his ass and seeking revenge. Okay, my first thought of you all is I don't like you. Well, now then, tomorrow meet me at training ground 7 at 6 am and don't eat breakfast or you will throw up. After all of the introductions were over with, Kakashi stood up and shunshined away. As the group stared at the spot where the Junin was just standing not moments before. Well, bye Sasuke. Sakura, I will be seeing you tomorrow. As the blonde started to leave his team, the pink-haired banshee said something that surprised everyone that had heard her say it. Hey Naruto, why don't you, Sasuke-kun, and I go and get something to eat as a team so we can get to know each other a little better? As the blonde stared at her, he realized that she was being sincere and that she really did want them to get closer together as a team. No thank you, Sakura-san, I have some training to do today, maybe tomorrow after we are through with the meeting with Kakashi-sensei. As he walked away, Sakura was a little down that her team was not trying to bond with each other. She knew that they would be with each other for a while, so she knew that they should become close due to the fact that they will become as close as family in the years to come. I know I made Sakura more caring. Somewhere in the village, Naruto had just arrived to his favorite and most secluded training area in Konoha. The only people who knew of this spot were him, the Hokage, and his students. The area was littered with trees and other types of foliage. The tree line was so dense that Naruto was sure that no one would be able to see him as he trained. Hey kid, summon me out so I can give you something. Even though he was curious as to what the fox could possibly give him, he decided to listen and ask once he had summoned the mighty demon to the outside. Naruto does the required hand seals and draws a small amount of blood before slamming his hand down on the ground. Summoning jutsu. In a puff of red smoke, there before him stood a man that was 6'2" with long black hair and red streaks running through it. His eyes were still the same crimson red with a black slit in the center, and his canines still looked like fangs. The only difference was that instead of what he wore the first time he had seen his human form, he now wore what looked like traditional samurai armor. With a normal-looking katana that had a red sheath with designs of both forms of the Sharingan up the side till the guard of the sword. One side had a normal-looking Sharingan, but the other had one that was very weird. They no longer had the 3 tomos, but they were all combined into one. Okay, you are out here now, so tell me what it is that you wish to give me and what is that on the other side of the sheath. As the fox glanced down at the Mangekyo Sharingan, he felt a small amount of shame for his creation. When he looked back up at Naruto, he was full of sadness, but he did not know why. Maybe the little shit has finally grown on me. But this is still going to be funny as hell to watch. Alright Naruto, this sword is how the Uchiha received their eyes. How does a sword help me get the Sharingan eye exactly? At the blonde's question, the fox couldn't help but laugh and let a smile creep across his face. Steep a little closer and I will show you. As Naruto steeped closer, he held up his hand for him to stop. Now this is going to hurt, so brace yourself, kid. Just as he was about to swing, Naruto held his hand up. You still never told me what's going on and what the gift I'm getting is. God, you're a fucking moron sometimes, kid. You're getting the cursed eyes of the Uchiha. But what's with the sword? The fox decided to not even answer the question but unsheathed the sword faster than Naruto's eyes could follow. All he was able to see was a solid black blade with a red edge flash across his eyes. At first all he saw was black, then his eyes readjusted and he was able to see again. What the fuck was that? Are you trying to cut my eyes out? Oh, it's not over yet, boy, just wait. At the confused look on Naruto's face he started to laugh. Remember how I said it would hurt? After receiving a nod he continued. Well, you see, it's not an immediate pain and I lied, it's going to hurt like a bitch in exactly 3, 2, 1 now. Immediately after he said it, Naruto was in a world of pain. He knew nothing other than the pain in his eyes. The looks of the villagers, the treatment that he had endured for their protection at keeping the fox at bay, and yet he still loved the village. Even when his skull was on fire he could only think of the ones that really cared for him, the Hokage, and the 2 people that ran the Roman stand, and in a small way even Kyubi himself. Umotherfucker. What the fuck is wrong with you? When I can see I am going to kick your ass. Soon the pain left his eyes but spread through the rest of his body. His very cells in his body were ripping and repairing too fast and causing his body to react violently. As the Kyubi watched Naruto roll on the ground holding his eyes, he couldn't help but laugh at the boy's pain. Oh, stop your bitching, it will be over here in a minute or two. As if on cue, the pain that Naruto had been feeling had surpassed. As he stood on shaky legs he glared at the Kyubi with so much mirth and distaste that it would have put Sasuke's glares to shame. I am going to kick your fucking ass, you son of a bitch. Just as Naruto was walking forward he collapsed right on his face. Don't even try to get up and fight or attack me, the pain you just experienced has drained you to the point of, well, basically you have no more energy. As the young blonde sat there glaring at the fox he realized that everything was much more clear and moving slightly slower. What exactly happened just now? The Kyubi let a small smile grace his face at the blonde's question. Well, Naruto, now you have the Sharingan and now we can begin your real training. All Naruto could do was smile at the man, and then he let the darkness and nothingness of unconsciousness consume him. Oh yes, things are going to become very interesting now, Naruto. After this last thought from the Kyubi he picked the whiskered marked boy and moved him to his house for some rest. At 5 in the morning daylight poured in through the curtain-less windows of one Naruto Uzumaki's home. One would find the young blonde on the floor. As the sounds of the young blonde's snoring aroused the other being in the apartment, the Kyubi. God damn, that boy can sleep through anything. Falling off of that damn bed of his and he still sleeps. And I swear to God he better stop snoring. As the Kyubi waited a few more hours for the whiskered boy to wake up he realized that his waiting was in vain, for the young boy did not stir or make any sign as to his awake being soon. Alright kid, wake your ass up, we have work to do. The Kyubi, being somewhat of a patient man, was beginning to get annoyed. Wake up already, he shouted as he kicked the boy in the face. As the young blonde finally began to stir and stand up to stretch out he immediately hit the ground holding his head. What the fuck? Why does my head feel like it's on fire? As the Kyubi watched him writhe in pain he began to explain. Well, when you received the damned Sharingan I had to slice your eyes with my sword. Now normally I could have altered your DNA a little, but you had no Uchiha blood in you, so I had to do it the hard way. As he pulled out the same black and red katana that Naruto had seen yesterday, the Kyubi stopped as he noticed something. On the sheath, in place of the normal red with the black tomoed Sharingan, there was a blue with red tomos. The new Sharingan was quite a mystery due to the normal colors being red and black, not blue and red. Did he unlock a new version of that damned eye the Uchiha are so proud of? Hey Fox, what were you saying? You kind of stopped talking all of a sudden. After looking into the boy's eyes he noticed that his iris was no longer the normal black but solid red now. Naruto, activate your eyes for me real quick. Once he saw the confusion on the boy's face he explained. Send some chakra to your eyes to activate your Sharingan, I want to check something. With a nod, the blonde-haired boy activated his Sharingan and the effects were immediate. There staring back at him was a brand new Sharingan eye that he never made nor had he ever seen. The blue and red Tomode Sharingan could be a very powerful one compared to the original, or it could be inferior. You are a very interesting young man, Naruto Uzumaki. Let's hope you don't fall to the curse of the Sharingan. I would like to see how you turn out. So can I deactivate these yet? It still hurts to have them on. As Naruto stared at the nine-tailed fox, he became curious as to what had made the fox nervous. Yes, you can, Naruto. I just wanted to confirm something is all. As his eyes faded, the Kyubi continued. Starting tomorrow we will begin your training in the use of the Sharingan, so today you just rest and let your eyes adjust. With that said, the Kyubi disappeared in a puff of smoke back to the mindscape and his jail inside of Naruto. Well, since I'm awake I might as well go for a run, said the blonde as he began to pick his cloths out for the day. As he walked over to the closet, he began to think about what the Kyubi had said and begun to fear for his health, because last time the Kyubi made his training schedule it nearly killed him. As he thought this over, he began to pick out his cloths for the day. He picked out a solid blue mesh undershirt with red arm wrappings and a solid black pair of khaki pants. On the inside of the pants and the mesh shirt were 3 gravity seals in the mesh shirt and the khaki pants to total 300 pounds overall. Each gravity seal pumped with enough chakra to balance them out so that he wouldn't be offset in battle. Middle of the village. As he began his walk to one of the numerous training fields for his run, he ran into the last person he wanted to see right now. Sakura Haruno, the pink-haired banshee of Konoha, was walking right in front of the blonde-haired boy and bumped right into him. Hey, watch where you're going, you moron! Screamed the banshee. When she looked to see who she bumped into, she noticed that it was Naruto. As the blonde boy looked at the girl, one thought passed through his mind and he voiced that thought. You really are a loud annoying bitch, and next time why don't you fucking watch where you're going? With that said, the whiskered boy walked off to one of the many lush full training grounds in Konoha. Hidden Training Field 43. As Naruto walked through the deserted training ground, he came to a large lake. As he stared at the lake and was about to begin his training, he noticed something, a slim-figured something, on the other side of the lake. Once he activated his new Sharingan to see what it was, he noticed it was the purple-haired vixen he had spared with. As she came up to the surface, he noticed that the water hung to every curve of her body and slowly trailed down her body. As she began to turn around, he noticed her perfectly sized D breast with water slowly dripping off of the erect nipples. He began to scan over her perfectly hourglass-shaped body and noticed every inch of her body was well-toned and muscular as the sunlight glistened off the water droplets clinging to her perfectly nude form. With Jiraiya. As the white-haired man began to stare up from the bathhouse he was doing research, at one thought came to his mind. My pervert senses are tingling. Back with Naruto. The figure he had been watching for close to an hour now began to walk closer towards his side. As she looked up to the shore where her cloths were, she noticed a lone figure watching her. Goddamn pervert. I'll just have to teach him a little lesson on women's privacy. As Yugo began the hand seals, Naruto noticed that he had copied all of them instantly and knew just how much shit he was in. One good thing about her doing the jutsu though was I counted 4 bounces. Water style. Water dragon jutsu. Screamed Yugo as she launched the jutsu at Naruto. Hey, I'm sorry, I didn't know it was you. Yelled Naruto as he ran with tears running down his face in fear as the jutsu hit him full force and pushed him into the gates of Training Ground 44. As Yugo walked over to the fence, fully dressed now, to strangle the man she caught peeping on her. As she neared the down boy, she noticed his whisker-marked checks and golden blonde hair as he lay upside down on his head. Why were you peeping on me, Naruto? If you wanted to look, all you had to do was ask. As Naruto looked up with hope in his eyes and a slight nosebleed, he asked, really all I have to do is ask? Yugo let a small smile creep onto her face before she answered him. No, you goddamn perv. she shouted as she slammed her fist into his face full force and sending him the rest the way through the fence. Why are all of the beautiful ones the most aggressive? As Naruto wondered this as Yugo closed in on him for the kill. She stopped though as both her and Naruto heard a large and dangerously close roar. As they turned around they saw a very and abnormally large tiger. Naruto-kun, we should leave now, that's an S-class tiger and he looks very hungry. The tiger that was looking at them began to walk towards them and before they knew it one tiger had turned into 5 very large S-class tigers. Once the tigers had encircled them the alpha slowly approached them and let out a tremendous roar signaling the others to attack. Naruto dogged an attack by the alpha and slid under his legs and struck his hind legs with a massive blow to the Achilles tendon crippling him. As Naruto slipped into his taijutsu stance as he began his assault. Hey kid, you might want to hurry up and finish off these overgrown pussycats here because you need to meet up with your team at 6, so move your ass. As the Kyubi reminded Naruto of his prior engagements he decided to stop messing around and get serious. With Yugo. Why did my bath have to interrupted by Naruto and these damn tigers? Just as she finished her thoughts she felt the temperature drop several degrees and she looked over at Naruto to see his chakra was flowing freely around him in an ominous form. This isn't the Kyubi, no, this is something worse, almost more sinister and chaotic than the Kyubis. Around Naruto one would see a red, blue and black chakra wrapping and whipping around his body and tearing up the ground around his feet. As his chakra poured out the 5 very large tigers began to slowly back away. Looks like I can't stay and play, said Naruto as his voice flocculated from normal to demonic as chakra poured through his body. As he looked back up Yugo noticed that his eyes looked like a Sharingan but different. She noted that his eyes were blue and red, not the normal solid blue or even the normal colors of the Sharingan. Naruto, what are you doing and why do your eyes look like the Sharingan? I will explain later, Yugo. As Naruto fished his statement he changed his taijutsu stance. His right arm was brought up and over his head bent and pointing straight out. His left arm was pointed straight down towards the ground. His knees were bent so he was low to the ground and standing on the balls of his feet. Naruto, please tell me what's going on because that is not the same style that you used against Mizuki. The sound of fear in Yugo's voice was evidence enough that he was in fact becoming more feral and should get this over with quickly. Listen Yugo, just trust me. Once he was done he launched into a series of attacks. He launched at the alpha tiger faster than the normal eye could follow. As he came upon the alpha of the group he came down with a backhanded strike to the center of the tiger's neck killing him instantly. At the sight of their leader dying so easily turned around and ran from the 2 ninja that were their initial targets. Yugo, please meet me at my apartment later on today so I can explain. I have to get to training ground 7 so I can meet up with my team. With his chakra still flowing freely around him Naruto disappeared in a blur of speed that rivaled the Hiraishin in terms of speed. Man, he is fast, but what was that black chakra he had around him and what was up with his eyes? With her thoughts racing Yugo slowly walked out of the forest and back to the village. With Naruto. As Naruto raced through the village at high speed he felt a very familiar chakra signature. It was the one that belonged to one Sasuke Uchiha. Mr. Doom and Gloom was halfway to training ground 7 when Naruto Uzumaki decided to mess with the young Uchiha prick. Hey Sasuke. As the Uchiha turned to look at the blonde he noticed something very weird. Race ya. As the blonde boy flew past him he noticed what looked like the Sharingan but different. He could have sworn he saw the same Tomoe-like pattern just with a blue iris and red tomos. No, I must be imagining things. That blonde idiot could not have had the Sharingan. As the Uchiha thought this through he realized that Naruto had challenged him to a race and no Uchiha lost in anything to anyone. Let's see that Uchiha prick beat me in a competition of speed. This is the start of my mission for Gigi and if my guess is right I will have a decent amount to go on here. As Naruto went through everything in his head the Kyubi decided to add his 2 cents to the conversation. You know kid, you could always just mess with his mind by having your Sharingan on and when he looks deactivate it. Also it's almost 7 you're late as it is, so I would move your ass like now. After the fox had told him that it was almost 7 o'clock, he started to push more chakra into his legs. As he gave one big leap from the tree branch he had just landed on, he found himself right in the middle of training ground 7, but with one thing missing. Kakashi had yet to show up. All he saw was a sleeping Sakura and a panting Sasuke who had just arrived a few minutes after he did. Where the hell have you two been? You're just as late as Kakashi-sensei. And then the pink-haired banshee decided to be heard. Naruto, being the patient man he was, meaning he had no patience, decided to voice his opinion. Why don't you shut the fuck up for once? All you ever do is whine, complain and yell just like a spoiled rotten little brat. And you know what, if you actually took some time to delve into your training and actually eat, you might look good. At the hurt and tear-filled look on her face only gave him more fuel for the fire. You chase after Sasuke like a love-sick puppy and you never once took into consideration how he felt about it. If I had people like you chasing me, I might act like a stuck-up boy with a stick shoved up my ass too. Start training more and stop starving yourself, and maybe, just maybe, you'll live long enough to become a kunoichi. Everyone was silent and in shock. No one would have believed that Naruto was capable of losing his temper so badly and quickly. Not even the Kyubi, who had been with Naruto for 13 years now, could have imagined the boy to blow up at a girl so badly. As Kakashi finally showed up, what he saw surprised him. A steaming Naruto, a crying Sakura, and Sasuke looking more depressed than normal. And Kakashi-sensei start arriving on time from now on. As Kakashi looked over at the boy, he saw the Sharingan. It wasn't a glimpse or a trick of his eyes, he fully saw Naruto with an activated Sharingan. I know exactly why you're always late, but you need to stop beating yourself up over their deaths and train this squad the right way. As the weight of his words fully hit him, he realized something about Naruto. One, he was a real team leader minus his scores throughout the academy, and he looked a lot like his now deceased sensei, the Fourth Hokage. Well, I was going to give you all a test, but as I can see, Naruto's little speech just now made you all a lot closer by the looks on your faces. As they all looked up at him, he could see that they were indeed closer and more likely to work as a team. Kakashi-sensei, I have too little chakra compared to the others, but I have better control, so is there anything I could do? As he thought it over, the only thing that popped into his head was a medic. Well, Sakura, you could become the team's medic ninja and be like a support unit for the 2 more aggressive members of our team. As she thought it through, she realized that being a medic would probably help out her team more. Hey Sasuke, what do you think of me being in a sexy nurse outfit? Huh, sounds good, don't it? As she winked at Sasuke and was about to start asking him out again, she remembered Naruto's rant and looked over at him. Once she did, she saw his eyes full of disapproval. Never mind Sasuke. Kakashi-sensei, do you know of anyone that can help me with my medical ninjutsu training? As a matter of fact, I do. His name is Itsuko Irie. He is an old man with solid white hair and dark shades. Tell him that I sent you. As Sakura left, so did Sasuke. For what no one knows, he just left. Kakashi was turning around and was about to leave when Naruto spoke up. Kakashi-san, a word with you please. As Kakashi turned around, he saw that Naruto had a very serious expression on his face and he did not look happy. I hope you're not just trying to dump this squad's training off on someone else. So I will be reporting all of this to the Hokage when I go to speak with him. Listen here Naruto, I don't know who you think you are, but do not threaten me or I will make sure you get sent back to the academy. For the 3rd time today, Naruto felt his tempura flare up again and himself losing control very slowly. Listen here Hatake, do not threaten me with some mid-scale tricks such as the academy. I report solely to the Hokage, so shut the fuck up right now. As Naruto finished his sentence, he felt the last his restraint leave him and his chakra went wild with freedom. It lashed about it, whirls of raw destructive power. What is this? It's not the Kyubi's chakra, it's black, blue and red. The red and blue are his and the fox's, but what is that black chakra? Now listen up, Hatake, train this team and train it right. I might not be able to stop you myself, but the Hokage sure as hell can now. Good day, you piece of shit. With that said, Naruto left, but in a burst of speed that rivaled any he had ever seen. You know, Hatake, you used to be admired as the best Anbu captain and Junin due to your history. But now all of the Anbu and all of your fellow ninja resent and despise you. As Kakashi turned around to look in the eyes of one purple-haired Yugo Uzuki, he noticed they were not filled with anger, hatred or any of those emotions but pity. She pitied him for all he has done since the death of his father, then soon after the death of his sensei. Yugo, what should I do to fix this? My team just met me and they already hate me. All of my friends hate me and so does everyone close to me. As Kakashi's eyes began to water, his vision soon began to go blurry as the weight of all of his mistakes laid out onto his shoulders. Kakashi, stop pushing everyone away. We all want to help you, we really do, but you have to let us in for that to happen. Do what Naruto said to do first. Start being on time and train them the way your sensei would have trained them. As Kakashi went back to his days with his sensei and genin team, he realized that Yugo was right. His sensei was able to bring a team just like his into a family. They resented each other at the beginning, but once Minato sensei got a hold of them, they changed. That's exactly what I will do. I will take Minato sensei's teachings and tactics and use them for my team. As Kakashi left the training field, Yugo started heading to Naruto's apartment to get some answers from the young blonde. 4x. Naruto's apartment. As Yugo reached the door of the rundown apartment building, she was just about to knock when the door swung open. There, sitting in a chair staring at the door, sat the same person she had come to see. Alright, Naruto, start explaining yourself. What was that black chakra and what was that taijutsu style you used? As Naruto looked up at her, he couldn't fight back the smile that was creeping onto his face. First, I will explain the black chakra. The black chakra came about due to two major events in my life. The first being the training with the Kyubi. How was that a major event in your life? Well, besides the fact you became really strong from it. As she was thinking through how that could amount to the black chakra, she noticed that smile returning to his face. Well, for starters, during the process of training my body and mind, I came across this book. As he pulled out a book that was riddled with ancient markings, he continued his explanation. This book told of a way for me to become a walking chakra warehouse. So after reading this book and talking with the fuzzball, I began the process of becoming a Hanyo. At the surprised look on Yugo's face, he decided to explain. No, I will not be a full demon, only half. Now that's the main cause of the increase in chakra, but what gave it the black color was something totally different. The first strand of color was my Sharingan. Wait, did you just say Sharingan? After receiving a nod from Naruto, she continued her questions. But I thought that only the Uchiha can have the Sharingan. No, I thought that too, but in fact the way that Kekkei Genkais actually come from demons. My demon just happens to be the one and only creator of the Sharingan. But as I was saying, that gave it part of the color and gave me control over my chakra a little better. The last part that gave my chakra the black color is my third affinity. Wait, you have 3 affinities and you're only a genin? After seeing Naruto nod in affirmative once again, she was starting to wonder who he was. I know you are really strong, but still you shouldn't already have 3 elemental affinities. So what are they? Well, they are fire, wind and shadow. Now before you ask any more questions, let me finish. The main reason why my chakra is black is due to my shadow affinity. As I'm sure you know, all demons have a special affinity, and since I am a Hanyo, I also gained this special affinity. Now my abilities are not limited like that of the Nara clan, their skills are a more human way of performing these techniques. As he waited for Yugo to catch up and process all of what he just said, he slowly began to activate his Sharingan. Now I believe that I explained myself sufficient enough, so if you have any questions, feel free to ask them. Well, first is, how does your Sharingan affect your chakra color? I can understand having better control, but I do not see how it gave you the black colored chakra. Well, honestly, I don't know myself. All I know is after I activated my Sharingan for the first time, I gained the shadow affinity, so I believe that it just kind of awakened my affinity. As Yugo started to think of any more questions, she realized that she only had one really big one. So why the hell were you watching me take a bath earlier in the training grounds? At remembering what he had seen at the training grounds, Naruto started to blush and a small stream of blood slowly began to run down his face. Well, you see, that was an accident and I am really sorry about that. Right, sure you were, Naruto-kun. As Yugo stood up to leave, she had a really evil idea. Hey Naruto-kun, come here real quick. As Naruto was close enough, she leaned in and gave him a small kiss on his cheek. I'll be seeing you around, Naruto-kun. And with that said, the purple-haired Anbu left via a swirl of leaves. As the young blonde boy stood there staring at where she was just at, it finally hit him. She kissed me. As the image and feel of it finally caught up to him, he fainted with a large perverted grin on his face. The Kyubi no Kitsune was the most feared creature in the existence of the world, yet not even he was able to beat his current adversary. Waking up a sleeping Naruto. This kid can sleep through anything, I swear. He needs to fucking wake up though, or he is going to be late. As the Kyubi wondered how to wake the sleeping boy, one idea did pop into his head. The Kyubi waited a few minutes to see if he would wake up on his own, but when he didn't, the young blonde teen started to receive images of Yugo Uzuki, first in a bikini, then it slowly turned into her straddling him naked on his bed. Needless to say, once these images flashed through his mind, he was immediately up and out of bed with a massive nosebleed. I swear one of these days, fuzzball, I'm going to kill you. Only in your dreams, Kit. Only in your dreams. Now forget about all of that and get dressed, you need to meet your team in 30 minutes. As Naruto proceeded to get dressed, a few thoughts came to his mind. The first and foremost was how he should alter his real taijutsu style and his affinities. Hey Fox, we need to talk. I think it's time. Listen Naruto, just go meet with your team and we will talk about everything when you come home tonight. Naruto wanted to push this subject more, but knew that in doing so would not be helpful to any of his problems as of now. With that in mind, he continued to get dressed and started to leave for his team's training ground. 4x. Once Naruto arrived at training ground 7, he realized that he was the only one there. I wonder where the rest of my team is at. As he waited patiently for a full 10 minutes, he decided that he should start some training. After a quick warm-up session of a mile run and 500 sit-ups, push-ups and jumping jacks, he was ready to begin his training. He started off with water walking while balancing a leaf on his forehead using only his chakra. After what seemed like hours of chakra control exercises, he moved on to taijutsu and using his Sharingan. Even though his body was not fully adjusted to his new eyesight, he was slowly making progress with the abilities of the Sharingan. He had long since gotten used to the movements of everything being slower than normal. The only difficulty he was having was his reaction time to the slower movements had to be altered slightly. Maybe I can get Kakashi-sensei to help me adjust to this damned eye. As he became lost in his thoughts, he never noticed his team arriving and all three witnessing his new eyes. As he took notice of his surroundings, he realized that they had arrived and were staring at him. Naruto, what, there you are, we have been looking all over for you, said Kakashi as Naruto deactivated his eyes before his team could get a real good look to see if their suspicions had been true about the Sharingan. Yeah, I was waiting here for you guys this whole time. So where were you guys for the past hour or two? As he was hoping that they had not noticed, he could tell by the look he had just received from Kakashi that he was only half successful in keeping his secret. Oh well, you see, I had actually arrived on time today and decided to take the team out to eat. But since you slept in, you missed out, said Kakashi with an eye smile soon following his statement. Alright, you guys go ahead and get started, and Naruto take a small break before continuing. As he walked closer up to Naruto, he knelt down and whispered one phrase, later. Well, looks like I have to explain the eyes to Kakashi-sensei and hopefully only him. As the rest of his team continued to walk towards the center of the training ground, he snuck off. As he began to leave, he left a shadow clone to deal with the team and train with them. After leaving the training ground, he headed towards the Hokage Tower. 4x. Hey Gigi, we need to talk. What is it, Naruto? I have finished the first part of my mission, sir. After receiving a nod to continue, he did. Sasuke Uchiha is too focused on revenge that he may very well kill his own allies to achieve his goal. As for Sakura and Kakashi, well, they are just pathetic. How so? Well, for starters, Kakashi is so haunted by his past that it makes it hard for him to teach his students properly. I don't even believe that they can survive a simple C-rank mission. Sasuke is too wrapped up in his revenge, he never thinks, and Sakura's skills are horrible. As Sarutobi thought this new information through, he began to have a solution. Send them on a C-rank mission and see if they survive, but he can't do that. It would cause too much trouble, and the loss of such young lives would be devastating to the moral rate of everyone. Gigi, if I may suggest something. At his nod, he explained his plan. Why not send them on a C-rank mission? I know that you're thinking that they won't come back and they will probably die, but me and Kakashi will be there. Now his teaching skills need some serious work, but he is a good ninja. Quote. Alright my boy, I have the perfect one in mind. 4x. Naruto could be found walking back towards Training Ground 7. With the moon high in the sky, it cast an ire shadow down upon the earth and all it held. Well, Naruto, I'm glad that you showed up, said Kakashi as he stepped out from behind a tree. So now I want you to explain everything, your eyes, skills and chakra. First, why don't you go ahead and put the kunai away before you start a fight that you won't walk away from? As he said this, Kakashi threw the first kunai and pulled out a second one. As the projectile neared Naruto, he unsheathed his sword faster than the eye could follow and went on the offensive, activating his Sharingan in the process. With a clash of steel and sparks, they met in the middle of the training ground, with Naruto immediately having the upper hand. His Sharingan was spinning madly as he stared into Kakashi's lone eye and realized that he was holding back and that he was not serious but testing him. Naruto, giving one mighty push, leapt back and stared at Kakashi. You know, you really shouldn't look so serious if you're just going to test a guy, whined Naruto as he began to pout at his sensei. Well, I wasn't holding back that much, I mainly just wanted to see your speed, strength and use of the Sharingan. And I'm pleased to say that you don't abuse the eyes from what I can see, but you are not that well trained with it, he said with an eye smile. But why test me, and I don't have a whole lot of help, you know. I have to work with the Sharingan all on my own and in secret. Well, as for your first question, the reason why I was testing you is because I know that you did not show me your true potential when we first met, and I also know that just now you did not show me your true speed. Naruto, I am your teacher, your friend, and also I was there when you sparred against Yugito. Then why the hell would you want to test me if you saw that? Because I was bored. What the hell? Anyways, Naruto, let's begin with the explanations, shall we? Said Kakashi, completely blowing Naruto off and pissing him off even more. And so, with Naruto glaring at him, he began the long tell of the past years of training and how he received the Sharingan. 4x. 3 hours after the whole story with Kakashi, Naruto was on his way back home. As he turned the corner, he saw his apartment up in flames. The building no longer savable or important to anyone, so they did nothing to put the flames out and only watched as the building dwindled into ash. One man stood watching the flames devour the building. Gigi, my house is gone. I know, Naruto, I am the one who burned it. What? But why, Gigi? I thought you cared about me. I do, Naruto, which is why I am going to take you to your real house that should have been given to you a long time ago. What are you talking about, Gigi? At the boy's confused look, Sarutobi laughed and gave him a warm smile. 4x. At the Hokage Tower, the two sat across for each other. As the Hokage took one last drag from his pipe, he pulled out a sheet of papers from his desk drawer. This, Naruto, is the deed to a very large house and all of your parents' possessions that they had during their lives, along with the fortune that comes with it. As the boy read through the will and the deed, he had hundreds of questions that came to mind but decided to voice only one of them. Did my parents love me, Gigi? Yes, Naruto, they loved you very much. I was not supposed to tell you this till you were either 16 or if I believed you are strong enough to handle yourself. Now after I tell you this, you must keep it a secret until I deem it okay to speak of. Do you understand? Yes, Hokage-sama. As he bowed his head and used the honorific that he never uses, Sarutobi knew that he was ready to hear about his family. Alright, Naruto, first let's start with your mother's will. First is her sword, Jihi. Her sword name means mercy, for she never killed anyone who did not deserve to be killed. Also here is a scroll of her most powerful jutsu and kenjutsu techniques. She was a very powerful kunoichi. The only one who could have rivaled her was my own student Tsunade. She had 3 elements, they were water, lightning and fire. She used her elements in such a combination that it was almost impossible to beat her in ninjutsu. What was her name? Asked Naruto in a shocked voice as tears began to blur his vision. Her name was Kushina Uzumaki, and I'm proud to say she was a great ninja and would have been a great mother if she had the chance to be one for you, Naruto. What about my father? Asked the blonde with tears freely falling down his face as he thought of his parents. Your father was a great man. He was by far one of the strongest ninja we have ever had. He saved this village twice in his lifetime, once during the war with Iwa and when the Kyubi attacked our village. Naruto, your father was Minato Namikaze, the 4th Hokage. He sat there letting the information set in so as to not overwhelm the young boy. My dad was the 4th Hokage. Stuttered Naruto. Yes, Naruto, and just like your mother, he left you a will, a scroll with his jutsu and a house. Now this letter is from both your mother and your father. He handed him the note that explained everything from the day of the attack to jutsu and the house that was left to him. Dear Naruto, first off let me tell you that your father and I love you very much and we wish we could be there to watch you grow up. Now, as I'm sure you know, the Kyubi attacked on the day you were born and your father and I sealed him inside of you. But what you probably don't know is that the Kyubi attacked due to someone making the fox attack our village. Now the scroll and sword that I left for you, I want you to master them. I hope that your elements are similar to mine. Well, here is your father. I am going out to help stall the Kyubi. I love you and I miss you already. Single quote. Hey son, let me start out by saying I love you tremendously, and I know that you're wondering why I chose you to seal the demon inside of. Well, I knew that if I couldn't sacrifice my own son, then how can I ask someone else to do the same for me? Alright, the beast is growing close, so I can't explain a lot, but the scrolls one left for you contain my greatest jutsu, the Rasengan and the Hiraishin no Jutsu. Now on top of my 2 techniques, I have left you all of your mother's and my life earnings in my house that I lived in. I love you, Naruto, and I am sorry that you have to make this sacrifice for a village that should view you as a hero but probably will not. As he read the last sentence, the rest was illegible. He must have had to stop writing the letter due to the Kyubi attacking the village. Gigi, please give me their scrolls, and also hand me my mother's sword. As Sarutobi handed Naruto the items he requested, he decided to make a decision that will greatly help the young boy in the future. Naruto, follow me to your new home. As he stood up, he grabbed a very large scroll from the vault. Gigi, what is that scroll? When we get to your new home, I will show you what it is, Naruto-kun. 4x. As the two walked in silence, Naruto realized where the old man was taking him. Sarutobi led the boy through the forest behind the Hokage monument and walked to a clearing in the center of the forest where an extremely large house was sitting hidden from view by the dense foliage covering the area. This, Naruto, my boy, is your new home. Your father had it built for the family he was starting. He never came from a clan as far as anyone here knows. He was very secretive at times, and your mother was the last of her clan until you were born, Naruto. He watched Naruto to judge his reaction to this news. Your mother was part of the Uzumaki clan of Whirlpool before they were wiped out during the Third Shinobi War. Why were they attacked? Well, you see, Naruto, the Uzumaki clan were famous for their sealing arts, no one rivaled them. Then came along your father, who was a natural at Fuinjutsu. Some believed that he had a Kekkei Genkei that no one knew about. Gigi, I have a favor to ask you, and it will mean a lot to me and also help me with a lot of my problems in the future. What is it, my boy? First, I want you to have someone help me master the jutsu in this scroll. Second, I need you to have Kakashi come here now. Alright, Naruto, I will have Kakashi brought to your new home. With that said, he signaled one Anbu agent to go and retrieve the lazy Junin. As the two waited for Kakashi to arrive, they sat and talked with each other for what seemed like hours. Naruto finally showed Sarutobi his Sharingan and told him about his affinities. Once Kakashi finally arrived, he saw his sensei's old house and he saw his student along with the Hokage sitting there waiting for him to arrive. Ah, Kakashi, so glad that you could make it. Now I know you are probably wondering why you are here. After receiving a nod from the Junin, he continued. First, you are here to help Naruto in training his affinities and helping him with jutsu and the Sharingan. Second, I wanted to inform you that your team will be going on a C-ranked mission in 2 months. We just received a request and the client will not be here for 2 months, so I want Naruto here to learn at least one new jutsu from the scrolls and be more useful with the Sharingan. Now, before you even start arguing, I also want you to get your team up to speed or I will demote you down to Genin and you will be forced to capture Tora the cat. After the Hokage's long lecture on what he expected and the consequence if he did not do just that, Kakashi decided to shape up and start working with his team the way he really should have from the very beginning. Now, since there is no light left for you to train tonight, you are dismissed. As the two adults left, Naruto began to explore the house. He noticed that the house was very large. Total, there was 8 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, a kitchen, living room and a dojo for training. In the backyard there was a large garden with its own pond in the middle. Kit, summon me so we can begin your training. Going through the hand seals, he quickly summoned the demon lord. Alright Fox, you're out, so what's this training you are putting me through now? Team 7 was seated in the team's new favorite eating establishment thanks to Kakashi. They were all seated in a booth inside of a sushi, steak and bakery mixed establishment. The air was thick with the smells of steaks, sweets and other assorted foods. Well, you three, it has been 3 weeks since we became a team and just under a week with the new training regiments. Now within that time frame we have grown close and have become a real team. True to Kakashi's words, within the past week the team has had a large change. 1. The team knows about Naruto's Sharingan due to Kakashi saying there should be no secrets between teammates. Second is Sasuke has the Sharingan as well, and last is the relationship with them all. Sasuke pulled the stick out of his ass and became close friends with Naruto, gave up his desire to kill his brother, and he even started to date Sakura. Sakura left her fangirl attitude behind and became a real kunoichi that anyone could be proud of. She even created a few of her own jutsu for healing someone. Naruto finally found a family that appreciates him and treats him well. He stopped being as cold to people, but he is still the same trouble-making prankster. Well everyone, let's head to the Hokage's office and see what mission we can get today. As the team walked through the village, Naruto and Sasuke started a game that is both fun for them and training. I see a bird 30 feet ahead of us, said Naruto. I see 4 Junin level ninja straight ahead, said Sasuke. Well, try and beat this. 6 Anbu ninja following us in the standard 3x3 pattern, said Naruto with a smug grin on his face. Damn, that's going to be hard to beat. Will you two just shut the hell up already? Now Sasuke, how about after our mission we go and have dinner or something? Asked Sakura. Sounds good to me. As the team continued their conversations, a Anbu agent wearing a cat mask with long purple hair dropped in front of the group. Hey Yugi-chan. What's up? Hey Naruto, I just wanted to say bye, I have to leave for a mission, said Yugo as she leaned in and kissed Naruto before putting her mask back on and leaving. I still do not know how you were able to end up with someone like Yugo Dobi, said Sasuke with a small smirk on his face. Oh, probably how you ended up with Sakura when I was sure you were gay tem. I mean, you had all of those girls throwing themselves at your feet and you ignored all of them until now. That sounds very fishy to me. As Naruto finished his statement, his head immediately met the ground courtesy of Sakura's fist meeting the back of his head. Alright, you guys, shape up now. We have arrived at the Hokage Tower. As the team climb up the stairs to speak with the old man, as they climbed the winding staircase to the briefing room, Naruto picked up the scent of cheap sake. Ah, Team 7 here for another D-ranked mission. Well, let's see, we have walking, dogs are rebuilding. No. GG, I am tired if doing the D-ranked stuff. Can we please have at least a C-ranked mission? Well, it depends on a few variables, such as if your team leader believes you are ready to take on the challenges of higher missions. Flashback. Now Naruto, when your team comes in next week, I want you to request the mission, that way it doesn't look suspicious. Got it, GG. End flashback. I, Kakashi Hatake, believe my team is ready to take on a higher mission. Alright, I have the perfect mission in mind for you. You four will be escorting a bridge builder back to his homeland so he may finish his bridge. Alright, so who is the man that we need to escort and what are we protecting him from? Asked Sasuke. The usual bandits, thieves and wild animals. Now once you escort the man, you will need to stay with him until he has completed the bridge. As Sarutobi motioned for the man to be brought in, Naruto realized the smell he had smelled walking up the stairs was this man. This is Tazuna, he is the man that you will be guarding, and Tazuna, these are the ninja who will be accompanying you. Quote. As Tazuna canned the room, he soon realized that the group was full of kids and one adult. The girl of the group was obviously dating the tallest boy and would be a distraction. The boy was also kind of lovey-dovey with the girl. Lastly was the blonde who was staring off into space with 3 swords strapped to his hip. You call these ninja? They are just a bunch of kids, said Tazuna as he took another drink from his sake. Those two are playing kissy face and the other is staring off into space without a clue. As if to prove his point, he raised his hand to throw his now empty bottle of sake when Naruto disappeared. May I make a suggestion, Tazuna-san? Said Naruto in a dead cold voice behind him. It would be unwise to insult ninja no matter what their rank. To prove his point, Tazuna soon felt 3 individual pieces of metal touching his skin, courtesy of the 3 genin he just insulted. Tazuna-san, I agree with Naruto, and I would suggestion that if you insult my ninja again, that I will allow them to kill you. With a serious tone creeping into the Hokage's voice, Tazuna shut up quickly. Alright team, met us at the north gate in 1 hour. As Tazuna turned to leave, his hat fell into 3 pieces along with his sake bottle and his belt. Sorry about that, Tazuna-san, but it would be unwise to insult them again. As Kakashi gave him an eye smile, he walked out of the room to find his team waiting for him outside the tower. Hey Kakashi-sensei, did you notice how he was kind of nervous? I think he is hiding something. I did notice Sakura, but let's not forget that you 3 almost killed him now, said Kakashi with an eye smile. Now you 3 go and get ready, we leave in 1 hour. 4x. With Sasuke. As the last remaining loyal Uchiha walked through his house, he stopped and stared long and hard at a picture. The picture was of a middle-aged man and a young beautiful woman, both smiling and holding on to him and his older brother. They were Fugaku Uchiha and Makoto Uchiha, his parents, who were murdered in cold blood by his older brother Itachi. I swear, Itachi, that I will kill you and avenge our clan once and for all. Sasuke, stop. Revenge is never the answer. Sasuke was startled that he never knew someone was with him. He was even more surprised when he turned around and saw his blonde teammate. Naruto, what are you doing here and how did you sneak up on me? I just followed you, and plus I am a ninja, said the blonde with a big grin. And second, trust me, revenge is not the answer. Besides, you have a new family, Sakura, Kakashi-sensei and me. We are your family. Well, think about it, Sasuke, but I need to go so I can pack and remember one thing for me, will you? At Sasuke's nod, he continued. You had a family, I never did. Flashback 1 month ago. Sasuke, what are you doing? You won't understand, Naruto. I had everything taken from me, you just wouldn't understand. You are right about that. I don't know what it is like to lose someone because I never had anyone to lose. Ever since I was younger, I was hated for something I could not control. No, I won't tell you today. If and when we grow closer together as a team, I will tell you. Wait, Naruto, what do you mean by you were hated by the village? Whenever you are around me and we walk through the village, watch how the people act towards me. With that, he left and Sasuke never saw him till the next day. End flashback. Naruto, please tell me what you meant by you have no control over the treatment and hatred of the villagers. I am truly sorry, Sasuke, but I am not comfortable with telling you or Sakura that right now. With that, he left in a gust of wind. 4x. With Sakura. Hey mom, I am leaving for about 2 weeks on a mission, so I will see you when I get back. Before her mother could say anything, Sakura was out the door and headed towards the north gate to wait on her teammates. 4x. With Naruto. As Naruto walked into his new house after his little talk with Sasuke, he quickly began to pack his belongings for a 2-week journey. Food, cloths, new sword, and the jutsu scrolls so I can practice some more while I am gone. Hey Kit, don't forget the other 2 scrolls, the one for your Sharingan and the Kenjutsu style that your mother made. But I already know 3 styles, and I am working on my own. Why do I need to learn Anther 1? Just quit your bitching and grab the fucking scroll. With that, the 2 stopped talking and Naruto finished packing. Once he was done packing, he headed out to the north gate. 4x. As all 3 of the genin arrived at the same time, they all noticed very quickly that Kakashi was not there. As they waited patiently, they soon saw him walking up the path dragging a drunken Tazuna. Sorry I am late everyone, but our client here decided to make a pit stop at a few bars. Let's just get going before Naruto faints due to the smell. As Naruto stood closer to Tazuna, the more his sense of smell was being affected by the alcohol. 4x. As the team began walking, they soon come across a puddle when it had not rained in weeks. Kakashi looked up and saw to his delight that Naruto and Sasuke noticed, but Sakura sadly didn't. I will have to work some more with her. As the group walked past the puddle, out popped 2 Chunin ninja, the demon brothers Gozu and Maizu. They quickly attacked Kakashi and catching him with a chain and quickly ripping him in half. Sakura let out a very shrill yell as she watched her sensei be torn apart in front of her very eyes. Sasuke, let's go take care of these wannabe assassins. Ya, let's. Both of the boys launched at one of the demon brothers with their Sharingan spinning to life before the 2 brothers. Gozu and Maizu quickly detached the chain connecting them together and went after individual targets. Gozu began to chase after Naruto, leaving his brother to deal with the other boy. Maizu ran after Sasuke as the 2 separated and ran to the woods. With Naruto. You can't run forever, boy, turn and fight me. Just like he asked, Naruto turned around and delivered a devastating kick to the side of his head. Damn boy, that's one hell of a kick you got there, and you have the Sharingan to boot. As Naruto stared down the man, he realized that everything was crisp and clear and he could see the chakra network. Since this was his first time ever using the Sharingan in a real fight, he finally noticed how much of a difference he had with his new eyesight. I am Naruto Uzumaki and I will be your destroyer today. He rested his hand on his sword, and as he finished his sentence he vanished with blinding speed and drew his katana for his favorite move, the Bado Jutsu, sword drawing art. In one move he had successfully killed his opponent, or so he thought. Damn kid, that was close. If it wasn't for this armor I would be dead for sure. You see, this armor is made specially to counter all weapons even with chakra, so your swords and kunai and any other weapon are useless. Picture the chakra armor from the cannon. As Gozu began to stand, Naruto saw no mark on him, not even his armor was damaged from the blow. The armor had taken the full hit of the sword slash and somehow managed to deflect all of the damage. Okay, then try this one on for size. As Naruto drew his sword, Gozu prepared himself for another strike like the first. But instead he struck the ground with a chakra-enhanced blow for the Do Ryu Sen, ground dragon flash. As the attack neared Gozu, he calmly waited for the attack to hit. When the attack finally did hit home, it was not fully deflected. Gozu's body flew through the air with a lifeless look in his eyes, but just as he was nearing the ground, he changed his position. Well, looks like you have some attacks that you can make fly from your sword. That does make nullifying your sword techniques difficult, but like I said, they are useless against this armor. Gozu quickly launched himself into a taijutsu fight with Naruto. Naruto quickly threw multiple punches and kicks, with all of them bouncing off of his opponent's body due to the armor. Oh, did I forget to mention that it also disables your taijutsu? Said Gozu with a superior smirk on his face. He quickly launched a punch at Naruto's face as he was unprepared for the punch. It went straight past his guard and right into Naruto's jaw. As his head flew back, it quickly doubled over as an elbow slammed into the back of his head. Quicker than most Chunin and Junin could move, Gozu landed a double axle spin kick to Naruto's jaw, then to his nose. With a sickening crunch, Naruto's nose bounced off of Gozu's boot, then off of a rock, instantly breaking it. See, boy, you cannot win against me in this fight. As Naruto slowly stood up, he had a puzzled look on his face. So that means that this will be a ninjutsu battle. Are you retarded or something? Asked Naruto with a confused look on his face. What do you mean? You're going to get into a ninjutsu fight with someone who has the Sharingan, really? Fuck you. Water Dragon Jutsu. As Gozu went through the seals Naruto had already copied, he was done with his own jutsu. Water Dragon Jutsu. As the two dragons clashed, Naruto's quickly won the fight for dominance due to his obscene amounts of chakra. Fire Style. Grand Fire Ball Jutsu. Water Style. Water Bullet Jutsu. As the two opposing elements clashed, a thick veil of steam grew and it continued to grow thicker. As the mist grew in density, Naruto realized that his Sharingan was useless to him now. How do you like the hidden mist jutsu? Now your little Sharingan is useless against me. At the peak of the jutsu, Gozu struck. He quickly lashed out with a few taijutsu techniques, then he unleashed a few more water bullets. Through all of the attacks that were barraging him, Naruto soon found himself running out of time. Shit, with this mist so thick I'm not able to read his movements or his jutsu, and I won't last much longer like this. If I can't find a way around this, I will die. Wait a minute, there is that one jutsu. Naruto slowly began to go through the necessary hand seals for his strongest wind-based jutsu. Once his chakra was at the proper level, he let loose his jutsu. Wind Style, Black Wind Hurricane. With a loud scream of both surprise and fear, the winds wiped his body from the ground. As the jutsu roared to life, it devastated the surrounding area with hurricane strength winds and outrageous amounts of chakra. The mist was blown away and so was Gozu. The winds carried his body through several trees, rocks. As his head bounced off of the surrounding trees and rocks, there was a very loud crack as his neck broke. Stopping dead underneath a creek that was over 100 feet away, Gozu's body slowly floated to the surface. Damn, that was draining, said Naruto as he stood painting inside of a deep crater where the eye of the storm he unleashed was situated. He slowly turned around to walk off. He realized that his body was in immense amounts of pain. As his body began to give out from chakra exhaustion, Kakashi popped into existence to catch him and bring him back to the campsite. You overdid it just to take out one low-level Chunin, don't you think, Naruto? No, Kakashi-sensei, because he was almost to your level. Whoever the two demon brothers have been traveling with made their skill level jump to almost Chunin. Gozu almost killed me when I was fighting against him due to his weird armor that he had. Well, then I guess it was a good thing that your wind jutsu hit his brother as well, and when we get back to camp you should tell me and the rest of the group about that armor. 4x. Back with Tazuna, Sakura, and Sasuke, Naruto saw a tied-up Mizu. Damn Dobi, that was one hell of a jutsu you unleashed back there. By the way, where is the other one? He kind of died when my jutsu hit him full on. At the shocked looks of everyone there, especially Mizu, Naruto asked his question that was on his mind. So how did you beat him then? When you launched your jutsu, he was pushed closer to me and I just had to punch him once and he was out cold. What are you telling me that while I was fighting for my life you just had to punch your guy once? And how the hell did you even punch him? The armor he was wearing should have stopped that. Yeah, that was all I had to do, and his armor didn't stop my fist. As Sasuke described what happened, Naruto was getting more and more pissed off at his friend. Alright you guys, let's have a little talk with this demon brother here. The group closed in on Mizu to get the information they needed. Just as the group closed in on him, he quickly swallowed a suicide pill, instantly killing himself before they could question him. Alright Tazuna, start explaining what all of this is actually about. These ninja that just attacked us were aiming for you as if you were a target. As Tazuna began to explain to them about Gato and all of his corrupt doings in his village, the group of 4 decided to help the old man in restoring his village. Alright guys, let's camp here for tonight and head out early in the morning. With that, the group set up camp and had a fireless dinner.